Hello and welcome to Wow Wednesday with me, Jody Misiak. It's a new month, which means it's a new wow topic. And this month is we're really going to be talking about self-care in the holidays because I think it's super, super important and it just will help you stay grounded and feel less stress. I can't promise that you'll have zero stress over the holidays, but it will help. So let's get into it. And if you're new to Wow Wednesday and you're wondering what the heck is this, it stands for Women's Online Wisdom, which is me helping inspire the wisdom that's already within you. So it's just maybe even things you already know, but it's a nice helpful reminder. I'm here to give you, tips and pointers and share, experiences that I've been through and to really just help you through it as well. So let's get ready. So today we're going to be talking about planning about self-care. But before I get into that, I would really like to just, if you've been following me, you've already heard me talk about this. I just want to talk about the importance of self-care because sometimes if we don't know why it's important, we don't do it. Self-care is super important any day of the year. However, over Christmas and the holidays, whatever you might celebrate, our to-do list can be insanely long, like longer than normal. So you have life is busy, life happens, things go on, and then you throw in, Christmas parties or holiday parties and, shopping and baking, and the list can go on and on. So it's so important to take care of you so you have something to give over the holiday season. Like we're just starting out at the beginning of December. And I don't want to find out that at the end of December, you didn't have any fun over the holiday season because you just gave. So self-care is really just planting yourself in a place of love and for yourself so you have more love to give to others over the holiday season, whatever that might be for you. And maybe just be like hanging out with your friends more or whatever. The kids are home from school, at least here in Canada, they're home for 2 weeks. So even if you just work on your self-care so you're really grounded for those 2 weeks at the end of December, even if it's just that, if you don't celebrate anything, and that's cool, this will also help you, sorry, my alarm was going off, help you stay grounded over the holiday season. So that's one of the important reasons of having self-care, just so you can stay grounded and centered and just come from a loving, authentic place throughout the holiday season. So like I said, you can really come from a place of love and give more to others because it is usually the season of giving, right? So first and foremost, give to yourself. You matter enough to make this happen. So give to yourself first. There's that saying, I'm sure you've heard it before, you can't pour from an empty cup. So take care of yourself first. Super, super important. Now that we're, the why is it so important over the holiday season? Let's get right into it. So the first and foremost thing that needs to get done is to plan. Because when we don't plan and we don't have something in place, we can get lost in the overwhelm in our to-do list, and then we forget. And I always, find if I schedule it in, it gets done more often than not. Now, I'm not saying that scheduling it is like a foolproof plan. You do need to take action as well. But setting that intention and putting it in your day timer as not a negotiable and finding that time is so, so important. And so it's about planning. This is something I'm also going to be working on after I'm done recording this video, is I'm going to set out my calendar and figure out exactly where I'm going to put self-care in as well. So it's planning when, what, and where. And now the when is super important. The what and where aren't as important. I do talk about this in my free Self-Care 101 guide, and I'm going to have the link here. I really highly encourage you to print it out or at least just open it and read it. And it just gives you some pointers. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit more here in a minute because what I'm asking you to do right now, I did myself, and I want to share what happened when I did it. So picking a time, so open your calendar and just being clear. Maybe you unplug for a day so you have enough time So that means just maybe not looking at social media, or even like put your phone down for an hour. And that actually can allow, you can find some major time when you put down your phone for a while. I'm a huge believer in unplugging. I was off of it for a little bit, but I'm getting back to where it's like I unplug from Friday all the way to Monday. Sometimes not Monday, but I definitely, if anything, Sunday is like sacred, where I don't. So if you ever comment or message me, it's not that I don't care. It's just that I unplug and I don't have the big staff, like some of the other people that I follow, to have people constantly responding back. So you are important, but I also need to unplug so I can fill my cup up to fill your cup up. So plan it in, schedule it, and the what and how, and actually the how is important too. Like, how are you going to fit it in? Do you need to talk to your partner about taking the kids for a little bit? Do you need grandparents' help? Things like that. And then the what. And that's where my self-care guide, like Self-Care 101 guide, comes in. It's literally free. You just click on it, and you don't even have to put an address in right now. Maybe later in this video I'll have an opt-in page, but right now you can just download it and have it. It's yours. Like, no email address is needed at this moment. Like I said, though, that might change, but for now I just want people to have this information, and I just didn't have the time to create. Sometimes it's like, do I give to me, or do I, go create this opt-in page? So right now it's completely free. Well, it'll always be free, most likely, but this time you don't even have to put an email address in. So go grab it, download it, because the what is super, super important too. And I share in the guide why it's important. And then I even give you some things that I'll share. I'm going to share that, I promise. I'm just making sure. Yeah. So again, a reminder of taking time for you is just super, super important, so that later on you don't feel as overwhelmed or stressed out. Literally every moment you spend on yourself, the more at peace you can feel. Now that is given you do what's right for you. So in my Self-Care 101 guide, which is going to be linked with this video, I have 8 different branches of self-care, because not all self-care is the same. Now, some categories have the same activities in it, but we have like a good variety. So there's 8. I'm not going to go through them all right now, but what I did was I took all 8 and I wrote down all the titles, all the branches, I wrote them down. And then under them, I put what I do for each one of them. And then something really fun and interesting happened. I realized I have some gaps. So there's a lot of things in my self-care that I do daily, sometimes more than like once a day. And then there's other areas that are like, ooh, do I even do that once a month? It's probably where I need to send more of my love. So let's go with, yeah, it is. Okay. I'm being completely honest. So I wrote it down. Here's a quick peek. Let's see. Okay, so I wrote down all the areas. Don't worry, you don't have to like try and find all the categories. Just literally download the free Self-Care 101 guide. So I noticed that under support, I don't actually have a lot. So that is one area I would like to send more love to, and really figure out how to build the support back up in my life. And if you've been listening to my mom life in the Self-Love Club for Moms, I really share about this area of my life, and there's tears and everything. And then also the social aspect, because of just life in general, I haven't been as social, and I'm getting back. But that's another area that really could use some extra love. And then even pleasure. I find like I don't just sometimes do things just for fun. Or like I have fun every day, but I haven't been doing as many love hobbies kind of thing. I guess my job is like not a hobby, but I love my job. So that's part of it. Anyways, so it's taking the time. It took me a little bit more resistance, I feel, than it took to actually write this out and write it down. Sometimes we resist things that we need most. And maybe I already knew that I was going to be having some gaps in my self-care. But this is just really eye-opening. And it's not about blaming or beating yourself up. It's about just being aware of what areas you could send more love to in your life. So it's really important. And like I said, not all self-care is the same. So it's really important to get that guide, read it. I think it's 5 pages. And one of the first page is a diagram, not even a diagram, a beautiful tree to represent the 8 branches of self-care. And it really is just about getting clear on what you need to fill your cup up. Because like I said, not all self-care activities are the same. What I love to do or what I need most might not be what you need most. So if you do what I do, like if you would follow my self-care, it might not fill you up. Most likely it wouldn't. And in fact, I haven't been filling myself up in areas that could use it the most or that do need it the most. So even ourselves, sometimes we can get, you know this, like when you feel out of balance and when you don't have your self-care throughout the holiday season, at the end of the season, which is the end of the year and the decade, you will feel off balance. And I really, really, really want you to enjoy the holiday season and end 2019 with so much love and excitement in your heart. So when 2020 comes here in a new decade, you are just so ready to put your best foot forward and to show up as the best and most authentic self you are, and just with so much love and excitement. So that is why I literally am it's in a Google Drive, so you just literally have to download it. So take the free guide and really just get clear on what areas you need the most. And like I said, I'm going to be doing this too. I'm going to write down my calendar and figure out how I can put more in those areas of my life that I need the most. So I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Stay tuned. I have 2 more videos. This is a short one this December because of how the holidays fall. I'm not going to show up here on Christmas morning because that's not what I do. And when it's a holiday, that's another day I unplug. And yes, so there we go. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. And I'm going to be trying to keep the next 2 videos a little shorter. This one was a little long. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye for now.